Right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Everybody else, we're getting brilliant fights. We don't need to rehash somebody that's 46 years of age.
Floyd Mayweather responded to Manny Pacquiao's return to training by labeling his upcoming fight a financial move. However, Pacquiao's sharp pad work and quick footwork caught many off guard, showing glimpses of his old speed, the comeback. Footage has reignited discussions about his preparedness and potential in the ring. Manny Pacquiao has been training with fierce determination, staying active and practicing relentlessly. His energy remains intact and his movements are impressively sharp for his age. Daily training clips show him hitting pads, working on footwork, and remaining committed, clearly proving he's serious about making a strong return to the ring.
Marvin, good.
At 46, Manny Pacquiao is grinding hard in Los Angeles, sharpening his skills ahead of the July 19th clash with Mario Barrios. Under the guidance of longtime coach Freddie Roach, he's displayed remarkable focus and crisp movement. While critics may question his return, Pacquiao appears fully determined to make a bold statement. Floyd Mayweather initially cast doubt on Manny Pacquiao's comeback, warning it could harm his legacy and suggesting it was financially motivated. But after viewing recent training clips, Floyd seemed surprised by Pacquiao's sharpness and stamina. Despite earlier skepticism, he acknowledged Manny's impressive conditioning and hinted that the veteran may still have something left in the tank.
Whereas Pacquiao, at his age, which is sad that he has to fight.
Roy Jones Jr. reignited controversy by questioning Floyd Mayweather's legacy, implying that his win over Manny Pacquiao lacked true weight. He suggested Pacquiao wasn't in peak condition during their fight, casting doubt on the victory and challenging the narrative that it was a battle between two fighters at their best.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much money he made.
Mario Barrios isn't underestimating Manny Pacquiao, despite the age difference and Pacquiao's vast experience. Barrios is fully dialed in, training as if he's facing the prime version of Pacquiao. His preparation reflects a man treating this as a defining fight in his career. From the start, his camp has approached it with the focus of a championship bout. His coach's statements reinforce that this fight is being taken with utmost seriousness. there's a balance between respecting Pacquiao's legacy and the raw hunger to defeat him. Barrios' ambition is clear. He wants this to be more than a win, he wants it remembered. Taking on a living legend brings high risk, but also massive reward.
Mentioned that a lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story. When he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a two-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis.
YouTuber Showbiz the Adult once shared an uncomfortable exchange with Floyd Mayweather, which occurred when he suggested that Pacquiao, or possibly another fighter, could be considered greater. According to Showbiz, Mayweather became defensive and accused Pacquiao of using performance-enhancing drugs. The incident highlighted just how protective Floyd is about maintaining his position at the top of boxing history.
Here we go! Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson? How many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for a minute. He said, but who got more championship titles? Me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said, Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you failed. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest, Floyd.
At nearly 46, Manny Pacquiao has chosen to step back into the ring for a professional bout against Mario Barrios. While the announcement sparked excitement, it also drew heavy criticism from fans and analysts alike. Many are questioning not only whether Pacquiao still has the physical tools, but also why he would return after accomplishing so much. In his most recent appearance, an exhibition, he looked far removed from his prime. The speed, sharpness, and footwork were missing, leaving many to wonder whether this comeback is a wise move, especially against a younger, more active opponent.
So Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao are finalizing a deal to fight in the summer. Now Manny Pacquiao is, I think, close to 40 years old, if not already 40. Why is he still boxing? We've seen how he looked in his last exhibition against Ampo. I'm telling you right now, if this fight ever happens, which it probably will, this fight will happen, most likely. If he gets in there with Barrios, he's gonna get whooped and possibly even stopped. Let me know what y'all think about this fight down below. Manny's already done the most legendary thing he could ever do in boxing. He division world champion. No one's ever done that. Probably no one will ever do it again. So why does he want to keep fighting these young guys? I don't know, man. I don't know. But let me know what y'all think down below.
George Kambosos Jr. once had the honor of training alongside Manny Pacquiao, and he often credits those sessions with shaping his career. He says the lessons went beyond punches. He learned mindset, discipline, and how to push past his own limits. According to Kambosos, Pacquiao's influence was not just physical. He taught him that boxing is as much a mental battle as a physical one. Observing Pacquiao's training taught him how to combine speed, strategy, and preparation into a complete and effective approach.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and, you know, try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight Lucas. You could see it, and then watching the exhibition he had with the Korean guy or the Japanese guy in last year, it was hard to watch. I know Manny, I know the man that I was sparring. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend, and if he turns it on, he can still do it.
Even though Pacquiao appears physically fit, a significant number of critics believe he shouldn't have taken this fight. Their argument is that he has absolutely nothing left to prove. After all, he's an 8-division world champion, an achievement. Unmatched in the sport's history, to them taking this fight carries more risk than reward.
The WBC president Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list, you know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, who's the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
Boxer Rolando Raleigh Romero shared his thoughts, stating that win or lose against Barrios, it won't impact Pacquiao's legacy. In his opinion, Pacquiao's accomplishments are already carved into boxing history. Romero even hinted that he would be open to facing the legend himself in the future, showing just how much respect and intrigue Pacquiao still commands.
Which fighters actually won?
Rolly Pacquiao.
Well, Barrios, do you think he beats Barrios?
Don't matter if he beats Barrios or not, still Rolly Pacquiao. How many losses does Pacquiao have? Oh, that's another thing, bro. Pacquiao another one that don't give a fuck about losses, and everyone keep tuning in for him, right? Bro, all that undefeated shit, that don't mean shit if you're not fighting nobody. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
Prominent figures like promoter Frank Warren and broadcaster Simon Jordan have openly criticized Pacquiao's return. Warren called the decision unnecessary and disappointing, while Jordan argued that Pacquiao has nothing left to prove and is risking his long-term health. They didn't merely disagree with the fight, they labeled it exploitative. In their view, putting a 45-year-old legend back in the ring feels less like honoring his legacy and more like cashing in on his name, despite the potential for serious consequences.
So explaining Frank can speak to it far more eloquently than I can. I think it's a disgraceful decision. I think it's an appalling decision. I mean, the WBC make lots of appalling decisions, and I'm not a big fan of them. But the fact of the matter is Pacquiao is a legend of the sport. I don't know why they want to do it, whether it's the fees that they get as a result of it, or whether it's the publicity. Boxing is in a brilliant position right now because of the Frank Warrens in the world and the relationship that he's developed over the last couple of years with the Saudis. That's opened the door for everybody else. We're getting brilliant fights. We don't need to rehash somebody that's 46 years of age that didn't look great in his last fight, stick him in against a world champion who isn't a great world champion, but that's not the point. The optics of this, the reality of this, there's no necessity for it besides the WBC doing it for, I think, illegitimate reasons.
Why? I mean, Frank, you know the sport inside out. It seems to me, why does boxing always seem to allow for these kind of stories to manifest themselves?
Well, it's not boxing doing it, it's the governing body. I mean, it's their title and they decide who can fight for their title, so that rests with the governing body. I mean, for me, George Foreman came back, but he came back at an old age and won the title at 50 years. He was 50 years of age when he fought. You know, you look at...
but he didn't go straight into a world title fight though, did he, Frank? He built up.
That's the point I was going to make. You know, you come in and you test the water. Go straight in for a world title fight.
Some boxing insiders have taken the criticism even further, comparing this matchup to spectacle-driven fights like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. But unlike those, this bout carries a world title implication, making it much more serious and, in their eyes, far more irresponsible. They argue that awarding title fights to aging legends based on name recognition rather than current merit sets a dangerous precedent. Critics fear that allowing this fight could damage the integrity of the sport, which should be based on competition and fairness.
Champion Mario Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said hells yeah if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021 and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly for the same reasons. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go. Let's just start here. Manny Pacquiao, again, I just went over it. 46 years old, been retired 4 years, lost his last fight. He beat Keith Thurman before that, but that was 2019. So it's been a while. And this is not me discounting who I think is one of the greatest boxers ever and has an argument to be the greatest ever because what did he won world championships in how many different divisions? 8, 9, something crazy like that. There'll never be anybody like Manny Pacquiao. But let's just look at it and throw away your bias or throw away your fandom of Manny Pacquiao because, of course, there's going to be a ton of people that watch this. And fair play, right? To those people that want to watch this, they want to see their guy go out and try to give it his all one more time. And Mario Barrios didn't look super spectacular when he was on the Netflix card, the Jake and Mike card, and he got dropped.
Not everyone is entirely critical of Pacquiao's comeback. A portion of fans and analysts still believe his skill set, ring IQ, and experience may allow him to compete, even if he's no longer the explosive fighter he once was. The memory of his last official bout still lingers, though. He appeared less dominant, slower to react, and clearly past his peak. That performance left many with mixed emotions about whether he can still perform at an elite level. At its core, this fight raises a key question. Is it about legacy, pride, a farewell, or simply a risky venture cloaked in nostalgia? Whatever the reason, the boxing world is split, and all eyes are on how this chapter will end.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was a one-time, one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.